Hello and welcome. I hope you have been able to get your gate done, and I also want to encourage us to make it as realistic as possible. Even in this gate that I did, you can even put a little handle, in front of the gate. You could do that, to make it, realistic. So let's just go ahead and do our rendering and see how this thing will come out. Now that we are finished with the modeling, now we need to do our view very well so that rendering will be very nice. So how do we go about that? You go and see your view. From view, you can go, you see something like we call camera, but because it's already in 3D, you can't see it very well. So what do you do? First of all, you take it to your site. You take it your drawing to site. You zoom out. That's how it will be on site. You now go back to that view. From that view, you see camera. From modify, you see camera. Camera is under modify, but it could be different in your AutoCAD, your Revit that you are using. So from camera, you click on camera. You now pick a corner. You pick a corner. You click on that corner. You now just drag your cursor to the edge of another corner, and you see what I'm trying to say here. Now let it come out. You can see how it came out, though our fence has blocked what is happening. What you can do is to go to this button here, element properties. You now begin to edit. You see your editing here. You see what you can edit. You can edit this one. You can make it 5,000. You can make this one too 5,000, so that it will be high enough so that you can see inside. You can see that I've started to see the inside. You can also make this one like this, shading with edges, so that you can see it, see the way I've started seeing it. If it's not enough, you click on this outside box again. You go back, you go and change it again. We can change it to maybe 9,000. Let's use 9,000 now, and let's see how it will look like on 9,000. Yes, you can see 9,000 now, that we can see inside very well, but we cannot see a hair. So you can just drag it down. You click it, you drag it down, you drag it to your left, to your right, until you get something that you desire. And once you have it, you zoom very well so that you can see it very well before you start rendering. So once you have a view that you like, once you have a view that you are pleased with, then you can begin your rendering. Let's assume that this is a view that we want to pick, so that we can pick front, and we've seen it the front of our building, and we are seeing the front of our gate. So what do we do next? If we are okay with this view, the next thing for us is to go to rendering. We call it, you can just press R, enter. That's in double R. Just press double R and the rendering dialog box will come out. Just press double R, the rendering dialog box will come out. This one depends on your system. If your system is very good, you can go to pick best, but you can also pick medium or high. Let's just pick low, and let's see what I'm trying to say. You go to your printer. You can go to 75 dpl. All this one means that it shows you how the pixels of your picture will be, how clear it will be, whatever you want. You can see the lighting exterior, meaning that exterior sun only, sunlight from top right. If you want to change, you can change it to anyone you like here. I used to leave it like that. Say background, the style, few clouds, you can also leave it like that. So once you are through with that, you now go to render. You just click on render and you leave your system. You allow it to render. Don't forget, you have already assigned material to each and every one of your model when you were going through it. So assuming you now want to change it, you can just easily go back and begin to change the rendering material. If you are not satisfied with it, maybe the color did not blend well, you can now go back and begin to change it. You begin to change it until you get what you want. So that's how you are going to wait. You wait for it. You can see the render time is reading here: artificial light 0, daylight portals 0. it's trying to read. Until you can see that it's showing black, that means the rendering is already going on. You can see it's coming out. When it's completed 100%, you will see what we have been doing so far, and that's how you do your rendering. That's how you do your. So if you have a very good computer with a high RAM, then you don't have a problem. Your rendering will be fast. You will not have an issue with rendering. You can do even best rendering within 20-30 minutes. You are through with best rendering. You can see my color. Some of my colors are not yet, they've not yet really matched. I will still need to go back to do some adjustment, of the colors. So I will need to do that, so to adjust some of the colors. So you can see what we have been doing since. This is the work that we have been doing since. You will appreciate it very well now, because I chose a setting that is low. But when you now choose a high setting, you'll be able to do it very well, that you now appreciate what you have done. You can see the roof and every other thing. Me, in this video, I want you to also begin to check it. Before we come back in the next class, I would have done some of my rendering appearance, changed it, make sure that it's looking very nice, so that by the time you see it, you really appreciate it. And I also want to show you how to create another view. So once you are through with this view, assuming you want to save it, you go to export. Go to export and you save it wherever you want to save it. You just save it. You might call it 3D, and you just save. Or you look for something, the name that you might save it. Just say any name. You go to save, and that is it. So that's how you save your 3D that you have done. So that's how that one is done. So in the next class, you will see how I will do my own rendering very well. You just close this one. You go back to your site again. We can pick another view. If you are not, you don't like that view, let's pick the one inside the building, so that we see what's happening inside. You can see this one now. You can see inside of the building. We are not picking the fence now. So this one too, you can also render this one. Go through the same process. Go through this one, shading with edges. Go through the same process. Enter. You can just pick the setting you pick, low, you pick best. Pick your printer. This one depends on how you want the quality of the picture to be. So you can just pick 150 dpi, so that it will not take long time in rendering. But if you pick higher quality, to make your picture quality to be very big, that means you can print it on A2. It will still be clear. So that's the reason. That's this printer quality, meaning that you can print, the higher this DPI, the bigger the sheet of printing that you can use. So that's how it is done. So I'll do my own, change the rendering material. You see everything, and we'll now come back in the next class to see how it is done. This is the exact view that I'm going to use. By the time we come back, you see how I did my own. So we'll see in the next class.